Let's go ahead and get started on the rear brake installation on this Nissan. We're going to start by disassembling all of the factory brakes. Okay, we've got all of the factory brakes disassembled off of this knuckle. We're going to go ahead and clean our hub face and where our caliper bracket is going to bolt to the upright or knuckle. We'll get those cleaned up and then get into the install. Let's go ahead and mount our caliper bracket and make sure that you have it faced the proper way. In this case, it's going to be where it's machined to the inside of the vehicle. We're going to start with one shim to see if that's going to center our caliper from left to right once it's all completed. We're going to mock it up in this position, and once we know it's correct, then we'll go back and Loctite and torque our caliper bolts. When a lot of our rear kits are using the factory internal drum assembly, what I like to do before I bolt the hat and rotor together is test fit the hat to make sure that my drum shoes are in a correct location or diameter on the inside of the hat so that I don't have any interference. And you can see with this one, it's pretty close, but it's still too tight. So what I need to do is go to the adjuster and adjust the wheel slightly. So let's go ahead and check it again. And you can see that we're in a good location. So now we'll go ahead and get started on assembling our hat to rotor assembly. So you want to put a dab of red Loctite on each of these 1/4 bolts. And I always practice going in a cross pattern as though you're tightening a wheel up onto your car. We'll get all of these set into place, and then we'll go ahead and set our torque wrench to the specifications in the kit and torque these down in a cross pattern fashion. Okay, now that we've got our torque wrench set, we're going to go ahead and torque these bolts, like I said, in a cross pattern. Okay, we've got our hat and rotor assembly put together and torqued to the specifications in the installation sheet, and we know that our internal drum shoes are set to the proper location. We're going to go ahead and slide the hat rotor onto the face of the hub, and we're going to spin it back and forth to make sure that nothing is interfering and that our hat is completely up against the face of the hub. Once we verify all those things, we'll use a couple of our lug nuts to hold the hat rotor in place while we perform the rest of the installation. Okay, let's go ahead and mount our caliper. What we want to start with is with one radial mount shim installed onto our radial mount studs before we install the caliper. Once we've got the caliper in place, install our washers and nuts and tighten them down by hand. In between each part that we install, we always want to make sure that we have no interference between parts. And in this case, we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and install our brake pads. We'll take the bridge tube out of the caliper and we'll load our brake pads with the friction material facing the face of each side of the rotor. Okay, so now we're going to make sure that our caliper is centered over the rotor from inside to outside. And in this case, we can see that we're centered over the rotor. If the caliper was not centered side to side, we may need to add or subtract a shim between the caliper bracket and the knuckle. In this case, we're good. So we can go ahead and install our bridge tube assembly. We've got our brake pads installed. We're always going to check and make sure that we have no interference, especially with our brake pads installed. And as you can see, we have no interference or any parts that are rubbing against each other. So we're ready to go ahead and take our caliper bracket bolts out, Loctite them with red Loctite, and then torque them to the specifications that are listed in your installation sheet. What we're going to go ahead and do is torque the caliper bracket to knuckle upright bolts. The bottom is going to be fairly simple. The upper, if you have a stalk arm, you may need to use a crow's foot. After we get those torqued, we're going to go ahead and torque our radial mount nuts, so caliper to bracket. Once those two are done, we'll be ready to get started on our steel braided line kit. Go ahead and remove your inlet sticker, and we're going to install Teflon tape on our 45-degree fitting on the MPT pipe side. Okay, now that we've got our caliper inlet fitting in place, we're going to go ahead and take our steel braided line and take our chassis fitting, screw the fitting into the line by hand. Then we're going to take our other end and attach it to the caliper inlet fitting. Okay, let's go ahead and mount our chassis fitting and screw it back into our hardline. Once you have the chassis fitting in place, take your chassis clip and install it. And the last step with the steel braided line is going to be tightening it once the clip is installed. Then reinstall your factory hardline cover. The last thing that we're going to do is make sure that our handbrake is adjusted properly. Again, that's going to be done with the adjustment of your factory shoes inside of our new Wilwood aluminum hat. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and bleed the brakes. Then we're going to take it out on the road and do the bed-in procedure per the instructions in your kit. If you guys have any more questions about this kit or any other Wilwood products, go ahead and give us a call at 805-388-1188 or reach out to us at wilwood.com.